So friends, thank you so much for giving me such an overwhelming response to my YouTube channel as well as my website. So again, my request all of you to please follow my Instagram as well as Facebook account of my website, so that two winners I'll be choosing through a lottery. They will be given a free course study, right? Two people, two gentlemen or two ladies shall be given a chance to have a course free of cost if you subscribe to my Instagram, which is available in the YouTube link page also, and if you tag yourself into that, so I'll be giving you two people a free course on that, right? So once again, thank you all for giving me such overwhelming and tremendous response to my YouTube channels. Please share it with your colleagues and friends so that they're also benefited through this endeavor of mine. So again, a very warm welcome to this new year 2022. Hope all your dreams come true. So do share it with your friends and colleagues so that they can also benefit it. Again, I'm thankful from bottom of my heart for giving me such an overwhelming response to my website as well as my YouTube channels. So it has been a successful journey till now. It has been a tremendous start, and very soon I shall be launching a platinum finacle module on my website, wherein you can see these videos on almost all the topics that you cover in the branches. So that will have guarantees, loans, routine, and various inquiry menus shall be available. So it's a platinum finacle module that you should be looking in. By February, I shall be launching it on my website, wherein you will be benefiting a lot. So that's for that. Now today we shall discuss about check truncation system. I hope you all know that earlier physical checks were sent for clearing houses for collections in a scheduled manner, and they were handed over to respective banks representative, and we used to collect our own checks and come back to the branches for inward clearing. While when we went to the clearing house, we had outward checks. I hope you know the difference between outward checks and inward checks. Outward checks are those checks given by various other customers of different banks, other banks, to our customer. So that goes into outward clearing, and that is collected from there. The balance remains in the float, and those checks issued by our customers come into inward clearing, wherein we verify our customer signatures and see the balance and clear them or reject it as the case may be. So in 2007, RBI thought of this to start this process of check truncation system, wherein only electronic image of the check is sent to the drawee bank, not the physical instrument, because sending the physical instrument was taking a lot of time. So generally 3 days were being taken by the system to get checks cleared in the clearing system earlier in the physical form. So customer was getting money on the third day after the counter returning time was over by 11 a.m. of the third day, if the check was deposited well in time in the 2 days back. So in this check truncation system, electronic image of the check is sent to the drawee bank. So there are certain features and facets of this check truncation system we shall discuss in this video, wherein I'll be explaining a lot of concepts about features about CTS. So truncation means it is the check is sent in a shredded form, so that even if someone breaches the data, he cannot read what the account number is, what the amount of the check is, what are the signatures. So it is a foolproof system, right? It is equally safe, and from 1st October 2021, RBI has made it 100% compliant, right? So let's see further, let's move down, and I hope you'll learn a lot through this video of mine about check truncation system. So it is different from the physical form of clearing check. So in this session, in this video, we shall learn about what is check truncation system is, why we need CTS, salient features of CTS checks, concept of CTS, system overflow, how CTS works, and benefits to the customers and the banks. So let's move ahead and see what are the features, what is the CTS, right? So check truncation system is a system of check clearing and settlement between banks based on electronic data and image of both without physical exchange of instruments. The system is designed to enable banks to handle more checks electronically, which should make checks processing faster and more efficient. Here we convert the physical check into a substitute electronic form for transmission to the drawee bank or the payee bank. The process eliminates the physical movement of checks and reduces the TAT and cost of processing and check clearing system. So why we need check truncation system? The bank's customers would get their checks realized faster as the time that check has been deposited in the branch plus 0 clearing days and T plus 1 for intercity clearing is possible in CTS. So customer would be able to withdraw within immediately if the check belongs to the same place. Otherwise, next day clearing means that within 24 hours he'll be able to withdraw checks of outside the local branch. The STP process, a straight-through process, and automated payments processing are enabled by CTS. Faster realization is accompanied by both a reduction in cost for the customers and the banks. It is also possible for banks to offer innovative products and services based on CTS. The common security features in CTS checks are paper should be image friendly, UV dull, that is not glow under ultraviolet light, sensitive to acids, alkalis and solvents. A standard watermark with the words CTS 2010 when the CTS was launched exactly in the banking system. It should be mentioned on the check. So you must be seeing your check. You just look out a check and see that it will be written CTS 2010. And there is a wide pantograph, right? At the rate print stage. So that is a wide pantograph. It shows that the word wide on forgeries made using photocopies and scanned colored images. So people cannot copy a wide pantograph, right? So this is how we ensure that duplicate checks, or you can say, wrongly deciphered checks are not presented in the clearing, right? So like if someone has printed a forged check, right? That is the issue. And there should be a bank's logo printed with the invisible ink, ultraviolet ink. The bank logo is printed with invisible ink. Mandate for color and background printing of account numbers. So bank logo is printed with invisible ink, ultraviolet. You can see here. You can't see with the naked eyes. Then we have this wide pantograph, right? So no one can copy this wide pantograph. This is here on the extreme left hand side of the check. You can see here. This is called wide pantograph. So no one can copy this. Then we have check printer's detail, when the date of printing, who printed this, who was the vendor, right? So it is all written here. Then we have this rupee symbol, INR symbol, right? R, and there is a slash on it. Signature space indicator. There is always a space for a customer to sign on this CTS 2010 check. Now all checks have to be complied with CTS 2010. So what is the conceptual diagram when a check truncation system is done, right? The presenting bank sends the image to service branch, bank image service bureau. From there it goes to clearing processing center. Then it goes to the service branch, that is the drawee bank. Then there is a drawee bank, right? And return flow, when it is cleared by the drawee bank, it comes back to the service branch, that is bank's image service bureau. And after that it goes to the common warehouse where it is stored for at least 10 years as per IT Act. So how is the system process flow, right? You can see here check truncation system process flow. So presenting bank, outward check, miker is sent to the bank. From there it goes to the payee bank, that goes to the clearinghouse. Earlier it used to go to the clearinghouse. Now check beta data is sent to the common warehouse. Physical check are archived here, right? This is how it works. Then payee banks returns to the clearinghouse and clearinghouse sends to the representing bank, that is the collecting bank. This is how the image works here. Some important points of check truncation system is image of the payment instrument is captured along with miker data simultaneously. Clearing process completed based on electronic data and image of the check. Settlement will be generated on the basis of current miker code line data. Images will be preserved for 8 years. So as per IT Act, images should be preserved for 8 years. So in case someone wants a copy for any dispute, any presentation in the court, it should be available for 8 years at least. A centralized agency per clearing location will act as an image warehouse for the bank. Public key infrastructure will be deployed to protect image and data flow over the network. Security feature, that is a security feature. Entire check volume in the country is consolidated into 3 grids. So we have 3 grids under this: New Delhi, Chennai and Mumbai. Each grid provides the processing and clearing services to all the banks under its respective jurisdiction. Banks and branches and customers based on small remote locations falling under jurisdiction of a grid would be benefited irrespective of whether there exists a formal arrangement for check clearing or otherwise. So it will be treated as a payable at par or local clearing. So New Delhi grid, you can see NCR, Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Bihar, Jharkhand, Rajasthan and Union Territory of Chandigarh. Mumbai grid, Maharashtra, Goa, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Chennai grid, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, West Bengal, Assam and Puducherry. So we have these 3 grids in check truncation system. Benefits of CTS from customer's perspective: shorter clearing cycle, superior verification and reconciliation process, no geographical restrictions as to jurisdiction, operational efficiency for banks and customers alike, reduction in operational risk and risk associated with paper clearing. So someone may have forged the check after it has been presented in the clearing. So just to prevent that, CTS would help the bank and the customer in getting a check right. No collection charges for collection of checks drawn on a bank located within the grid. So there won't be any outstation charges. Now benefits of CTS from banker's perspective: improved handling of the post-dated checks deposited by the customer, as the image can be scanned and stored and the system can automatically process the scanned images during the due date. So we can also store the data of the post-dated checks also. The post-dated checks can also be stored. The images can be stored and they can be presented on the date of which this check belongs to future date. Improved business intelligence system can be put in place. Introduction of new payment system products like e-checks. Better fund management, liquidity would be available to the customer and float would be available to the bank. reduction in cost, better management of space and manpower, improved regulatory compliance, and improved MIS, which will facilitate better decision making. So finally, we learned about CTS, why we need a CTS. There are three grids, right? What are the benefits to the customer? What are the benefits to the banks? So the more turnover of the funds are faster, the better it will result in better GDP growth as well as better, you can say, profit for the customers, those who are doing businesses, as more liquidity will be available as a working capital fund their shortfall in the cash flows. So I hope this was slightly different from Finacle because I'll be covering a lot of topics even besides Finacle. So I think this would be of use to all of you, right? So make the best of your use of it. Again, once again, I would like to request all of you to please like my Instagram page, and if those who tag my Instagram page along with their own profile on the Instagram, and please send the information to me that I have tagged myself in with this your page, either through WhatsApp or through mail. I'll be selecting two people in 15 days to get a course free of cost, just to encourage all of you, and also like my Facebook page. And do subscribe, share with your friends and colleagues so that everyone can be benefited, and so that you can have a better professional life and better earning propositions in future. You can fulfill all your dreams. So again, once again, happy new year. Wish you all your dreams come true. Thanks again for overwhelming response. Thank you.